in, everybody. Did disclosure show? Wait, in case the disclosure didn't show, I'll play it again, right? That was just in case, guys, because I wasn't sure if it played or not. Just lighting some cinnamon and apple. My favourite. I've only got one. I've got 3 in this, and I've only got 1 box left, so I'll need to order more. I'm going to order some more cinnamon and apple boxes. I think you get 9 in it. The cinnamon and apple, the white sage incense cones, the white sage incense sticks, my Lisa Parker protection, my Lisa Parker confidence, and my Lisa Parker. Can't remember. There's 3: confidence, protection, and confidence, protection. I can't remember the name. Anyway, so I have got the cinnamon lit today. Let's light all the candles. I don't know if you can see my altar, guys, because of this mic. Yeah, you can see it better now. I'll do it this way. Oh no, that's worse, isn't it? I'll try to do it so that you can see the candles all lit up. Let me try and angle it better. I am live on Facebook as well, guys, but it's just to note it over there on video. So I'll probably not get many comments, and if it does, I'll see them. I'm going to read out a bit about the history of Samhain. Let me know if you can move my juice and you can maybe hear me if I bring the mic over this way. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Can you still hear me okay? I can see and hear you good, right? Okay, I'll try and not move around too much, and then that way I don't need to pull the mic right over, because it's nice to watch the candles and things burn, isn't it? And it is Hecate's candle, guys. I have put her a red one out today until I can get somewhere and get her some pillar candles. I need to get some pillar candles. And I have got my grimoire sitting out, the one that Mandy Cranfield made me. So I've got that sitting out, guys. Took to the witchy season. So welcome in everybody on Facebook as well. I don't know if you can hear and see me, but welcome anyway. Welcome in Mystical Sis on YouTube. Welcome in PPR, brother. Welcome. Did you see that I commented last night? I was just going to my bed and I seen you were live and I was like, oh, I always miss you. And so I commented hi and I shared it out for you as well. So I want to show you something, Matt, your regulars. Do you remember I told you that I was sure I had an amethyst pendulum? Well, I did. I found it buried deep in the salt of my Santa Marta's altar salt. So I must have put it in there a way back, just cleansing it. So I have got one, so it's on my tray of pendulums. And I always have a bit of tiger's eye in there, a little angel, a bit of amethyst, a bit of carnelian, and a bit of pyrite as well, just to help the spirits draw in. So that's where they're all sticking to the bit of pyrite. So, and I've got a copper one, remember? So, yeah, so tonight I'm going to tell a little bit about the history of Samhain. I don't know if you're the only one in this. Maybe get 10 minutes. I'll go share out again. Oh, I can't share out because I'll share out on the tablet. 2 people in now. And William's watching upstairs, so. And I know Sister Sherry probably won't get in tonight because she has away her holidays, guys, and I wouldn't expect. I was going to talk to Dobie as well, but time just got away from me, Dobie, if you're in. Yeah, it adds to the ambience, doesn't it? Sorry, guys, if my tongue's all black. I've just ate a Jakeman's. The girl with the black tongue. Right, let's share this out tonight. Right. Let me think. Right, let's do this. Share. Just in case people want to hear. I think it's my Drew's Paranormal Vlog page I'm going out on Facebook. Yeah, so it'll be good to get the history of Samhain in that as well. And give a couple of things that you can do if you haven't got loads of money and things. And I'm going to light up, so I'm going to light my cauldron tonight, guys, as well. I'm going to put some Samhain blend on the cauldron. In fact, I'll do that right now while everybody's coming in. And as you know, I've always I make my own Samhain blend, but this also has got blends in it from Freya's cauldron that I've collected through the years. So it's all my energy that's in it. So I'll just pour some of this, guys. And we need to get a fresh. I don't like these ones. See, those ones in the packets, they're not so good. The ones in the ones that I got, I think I got, was it 50 or something I got for, goodness knows, a couple of pounds, guys. But these are the best ones. I think I actually got that last pack in an altar. Can't. So what's the thing? Everything that is in this is really just to celebrate the ancestors. It's to celebrate sharing out the harvest. And I'll go into a bit about that on the history. That is why you give sweets and things. It didn't used to be sweets. Is to give a little bit out to the community who need it. So it's got a little bit of all that intent in it, a little bit of sharing, a bit of love. So tonight when I am putting it on the cauldron, I'm going to focus in on sending out love to my community, to my friends, to my sisters, wherever you all are, because I know Dobby's away on holidays, Sister Sherry's away as well. So to celebrate all you guys. Right, let's get this rocking. And what did I do with it? Because coal discs are black, you often lose them, okay? And remember, guys, don't ever touch these. Even if you think it's not lit, chances are it will be lit. And these light quick. Look, that is a little ready here. And you just place it in the cauldron. Yes, yeah, amen. And I was just saying a little silent prayer there, guys, to some of my deities that helped me throughout the year. Just that's for them. That's to give them a little bit of love, essentially. So that'll sit there and burn away slowly while we chit chat. So have we got anybody else in, sisters? If not, we'll start there. There is also things you can do, remember, on All Hallows Eve. So a lot of people actually forget about that part of it. That's why I wanted to do, if you remember what I told you all, I often do my rituals or whatever, my celebrations the night before going into that day. So that is why at Halloween, well, in Samhain, Sister Chris and I and all the sisters and anybody else that wants to come in is celebrating Mike's life going in. Welcome in, Gemma sis. We're celebrating Mike's life going into Halloween because Halloween was a day past. So that phase between the night All Hallows Eve into Halloween is also important. It's also a very powerful night. So that's why we're doing it at that time. And you can make up protection bags and things on that night as well. In your protection bags, remember, it's things that you feel protect you, such as if I look like a lion and I think a lion's just a big cuddly teddy bear, it's not going to be any good to me. But if you look at a lion and you think, wow, that's power, then you get a representation of that lion. So get things that represent power to you, such as to me the yin and yang power. The yin and yang symbol is it peace, equality. What goes up must come down. What is left goes right. That type of thing. That's balance. So, whereas with other people it could mean female energy, male energy. It really just depends. So, make a protection bag up for yourself with the intent in it that it's going to protect you if you're going out ghost hunting or you're just going out your travels in a bad area and you want to take the kids with you, or even if you want to put it in the kids' bags so that they don't get robbed with the older kids and things. And just put a little bit of protection, like your sage. I never even think, I don't know if I've got any wrote down here. Sage, nettle, a token of what you feel protects you. Even a little bit of black obsidian or tourmaline or something, and preferably a black piece of felt. Wrap it in with obviously your pentagram symbol on your cord or your ribbon or whatever you tie it up with. But to be honest with you, it can be any colour, especially if it's your intent you're putting into it to protect your kid or protect an area or something. So that's something to think about, guys, is to make up all your protection pouches and things on All Hallows Eve. Because the chances are as well that your guides will have more power to help you on those days because of the veils being so thin anyway. So that's just something to think about. And remember also to celebrate the fact of, and I'll go into the history now in a minute, to celebrate the fact of it being our new year, if you like, that type of thing. You can also just go out to the moon and say a few things to her. Like there's the one that you can light a white candle even, or a silver one if you want to go right deep in. Silver's the goddess's colour. The moon doesn't even need to be a full moon, a waning moon, a waxing moon, a gibbous moon. It doesn't need to be any sort of moon. You go out your back door, focus on your energy directed to the moon and say, light your candle and say, Mother Goddess, hear my plea. Remove all negativity far from me. Remove harm and pain from my life to cause me no further strife. I wish no harm to none. It is my will, so let it be done. Simple things like that, guys. And I'll pin that type of comment. In fact, I'll put that type of comment in the comments of this video in case any of you want to write it down and you don't understand my accent, okay? It's a good one just to say as a quick thank you and a quick please protect me the night before, because a lot of people do get scared and they don't know what to do. But they can do other things as well, like along with that. You can go give an offering of maybe a cup of water. You can also maybe go far as to give a rose crystal out with you and spend some time with the goddess and explaining to her after you say the few words why you feel you need the protection. I'm a good believer in opening up to your deities and your goddesses and things. Most of the time they're going to already know what's going on with you. But if you share what you feel, what is annoying you in life, where you're coming from and your point of view, the chances are your gods, your goddesses, your ancestors, your deities and things already know your struggle, whether you be right or you be wrong. And they're already in motion to help you find a way out of that turmoil, or even to just guide you out of a bad situation, And the most of the time, as I said, you don't even need to ask. As long as you're doing the work and appreciating them with their fresh water and things. My deities already know that I can't give elaborate offerings, but especially with Hecate and Santa Marta, I know they love roses, so me getting the roses and things for them and just giving them a little sprinkle every couple of days or whatever. I'm not putting anything out just now because we are so close to Samhain, but as you know, I would be doing it every other day. And Santa Marta's going in the living room until after Samhain, then she's coming in here up there. So I've not been giving them anything, but I've got 2 big bags of roses to last me probably the year out. Welcome in, Kerry. Is there anybody else sneaked in? You have a family funeral on the 30th. Use protection, but just wondered if you have any suggestions. Well, I would honestly carry a little pouch with you. What I just said there, if you want to go back to the comments, or I'll just repeat it, get a little bit of felt. And if you've not got a bit of felt, just use an organza bag. That's your little, or any little bag you've got. Even a handkerchief, if you've got a cloth handkerchief, feeling that, a little bit of cloth of an old t-shirt, put some nettle into it, put some sage, any protection herbs that you've got lying around, put it in there. Also, as a symbol of what you feel as a protector, put it in there as well, and keep it close to you. Either keep it close to your heart and your bra, or keep it in your handbag or your car or something. And you can also carry herbs with you separate from that as well. Maybe wear a tourmaline necklace, a tourmaline bracelet, that type of thing. Keep yourself, and also remember, when you go home, when you're leaving your home, ask your deities, your ancestors, to come with you and tell them that you do think you feel that you need that extra bit of support. Just open up to your deities and tell them what you need, and the chances are that you will get the ideas in your head and they will start things in motion for you. Usually when I start to meditate on a problem, the ideas, when I come out my meditation, the ideas usually start to come to me within a couple of hours. If not, the next day, I usually know what I have to do. Welcome in, Iron Sass. Yeah, and bubble yourself. If you feel as if it's intense, bubble yourself. And that's you just always making sure you've got whatever you want to picture it as, a blue light around you, a white light around you, a gold light around you, and you imagine yourself in a bubble, and that nobody can penetrate that bubble, and walk about with that image in your head that you are bubbled. And the chances are that will be your best form of protection. And then if when you get home or get out of where you are and you feel as if maybe something's trying to attach to you, remember, wipe it off you. Wipe it off you. Shrug it off. Wipe it off. Rub yourself down. Turn your back and walk away. And do not look back. Make sure that you're shrugging it all off. Even if you need to do your hair, your full body, shrug it all off. And that's you. Shake it even. And that's you. You're walking away with no negativity attaching to you. And make sure you keep your bubbles up. The chances are, if you do that, and maybe even have a cleanse bath and things before you go, the night before, do all your protection cleansings, and the chances are you will be the confidentest person in the room. And your guides and things will be with you because they'll know. Hope everybody on Facebook is hearing me okay. So it'll be great. So I would just advise you do things like that. Any other advice for our guys? Welcome in, Spirit Seekers. Millie. Our Millie. I'm just telling a little bit about Samhain history. I was saying a little bit about the All Hallows Eve protection bags to make them up. But I'm going to read out a little bit about the history of Samhain. I think I read it out last year as well, but I'll try. If I've did, then I've got the Samhain. I think I read this one. Samhain is, the colours are black, orange, purple, brown and yellow, your fall colours. Your gods and your goddesses are Kalak, Hecate, the Morgan, Rhiannon, Baba Yaga, Ceridwen, Carnarius and the Horn God. Your symbols of Samhain is your cauldron, your jack-o'-lantern, a mask, the bellfire, the besom, trick-or-treating, pitchfork, your herbs and your plants are angelica, apple, broom, catnip, deadly nightshade, hazel, heather, mugwort, rosemary, wormwood, pomegranate, pumpkin. But remember, guys, it's all what you are drawn to. You do not have to follow any books or things. These are just a guidance for people that maybe need it because they don't know their herbs or whatever. But if you've got a lot of herbs on your shelf, like I do, and a lot of oils and things, and you know some of your herbs, watch what you're drawn to. Especially if you've got your book in front of you with all your herbs, like maybe your book, your herb almanac or something, or you're standing at your herbs. Tune in to what you are being told to lift, and I find that that's a great way. Your crystals are all black stones, amethyst, citrine, jet, carnelian, hematite. Your incense is copal, sandalwood, sage, pine, mastic resin, benzoin, sweetgrass, and wormwood. I think the cauldron stop burning, and we'll put a little bit more on, guys. And that's just to keep giving the goddess some energy. As a thank you. Hecate thinks knows why I'm doing it. Right, okay. So I'll read a little bit about this history, guys, and then I'll see if I can maybe find a darker history online, right? And I'm sorry I have got the cold. All known as Halloween, Ancestors' Night, Feast of the Dead, and All Hallows' Eve. Date usually the 31st of October. Celtic meaning summer's end. Samhain, usually pronounced Samhain, is one of our 4 greater Sabbats, the highest holy day of witches. It is a cross-quarter day, which is situated between the autumn equinox and winter solstice. Samhain is a major festival. It is a New Year Eve for witches, as well as our third and final harvest festival. Samhain inaugurates winter, and it is the final chance to dry herbs for winter storage, and the night when fairies supposedly work their mischief. Sorry guys if you're not seeing me right on YouTube. We'll move over. Samhain integrates winter and in the final chance to draw. I read that bit. It is also the Day of the Dead, which is not really true, guys, because the Day of the Dead is actually the 2nd of November, and as you know, Santa Marta is kind of associated with Day of the Dead, so that part isn't really true, even though a lot of people do celebrate Halloween right up to the 2nd of November, so it's technically true and not true, depending on whatever you look at it, but who am I? I'm not an expert. Samhain integrates winter. It is also the Day of the Dead for us as it was for the Celts, Egyptians, and also ancient Mexicans. The night where we remember our loved ones and honour our ancestors. We also celebrate reincarnation and note the absence of the sun, who will be reborn at the winter solstice. Samhain is the Wicca New Year, when it is when the veil between the world of the dead and the world of the living is said to be at its thinnest. Spirits and souls of loved ones are said to have more power and ability to visit us, which is true, guys, but at the end of the day, you can actually make the veil thin sometimes yourself if you know the right things to say and things to draw the spirits in. So, and I do believe there is other times of the year where the veil's thin, such as Yule and things. I think it is maybe thin at every season. Who knows? Okay. This is the time of year for honouring our dead, and many people will leave a plate of food and a glass of wine out for wandering spirits. It is also common to lay an extra plate at the table for a loved one who has passed. Samhain is also the time for personal reflection and for recognising our faults and flaws, creating a method for correcting them. In the Celtic tradition, the year begins at Samhain and is the most powerful night of the year to perform divination. Divination is done in many forms, but all seek to establish a look ahead, whether the answer be good or bad. Samhain is also considered to start the reign of the gods, or the dark times of year, where the sun goes lower each. So I think it was meant to be sun, where the sun goes lower each day and begins to weaken. Decorate your altar with photographs of dead loved ones, pumpkin lanterns, oak leaves, apples, nuts, and sage. Magical ideas. Carve a pumpkin and empower it to repel negativity or to protect the home. Build a shrine to your ancestors and add divination to your ritual. All of us that's already got kind of ancestor altars or parts of our altar that has already got our ancestors on it. Maybe even at Halloween night, put aside a little area that's just dedicated for them alone, instead of them being part of a bigger picture, if you know what I mean. Because I know that when I had my one through the living room, I've not on this one and the one upstairs, I did have different pictures on it. So in order for to make maybe more family members feel welcome to come through, make a dedicated space just for them is what I'm trying to say, really, instead of sharing the space. I said that about the point. Oh, the set ideas right now. Drink apple cider warmed and spiced with cinnamon to honour the dead. Also lay name out a drink as well. Research your family history and write a tribute to them to include in your ritual. Place small carved pumpkins at the four quarters. Or you can put anything there, guys. It can be anything you want it to be. This information is from Freya's Cauldron. But she's really just, because the way she done the boxes, she's helping you by giving you ideas. So these are just ideas that she gave us away back then. So use anything you want to celebrate is what she's saying. But just, this is a bit of guidance for you. Associations, colour, but we did all that already on the information sheet. You can make your own incense as well if you want to. 1 part rowan berries, 1 part calendula, 1 part vervain, 3 parts myrrh, and half a part parsley, crushed together in a pestle and mortar and burn on a charcoal disc in a cauldron or censer. Honouring your ancestors, I think, is probably the most important part of Halloween. I know that the kids and things go out to get candy and things like that, but that's a separate part to the Samhain altogether. That's more Halloween. The most important part is to honour your ancestors, because your ancestors at the end of the day are the ones that's always going to have your back on the other side. I don't know if I've ever showed you the money that I've got for my ancestors. It's actually ancestral money that I do burn in my cauldron, guys, especially at Halloween and things. And this is money that I did get. And I've also got gold and things. I've got gold. I think it's all upstairs, but I'll show you it on Halloween night. And I might have showed you it before. It's gold leaf and silver leaf. And it's funny, burn. It's still money. It's still money. I still paid money to buy this money. If you look at it, it's all got its own serial numbers and things on it. But it is for burning on your altar, and I will burn some of that on Halloween night. So that type of thing is powerful, because that gives them abundance on the other side. And if you know anything as well about the emerald tablet, you also know about the having to pay like Papa Legba and things at the crossroads, and you'll get extra abundance and things like that. If you look into a little bit about that type of things, guys, about giving extra offerings at the crossroads and things in Halloween to the Papa Legba, there's other ones as well. I'm not going to keep mentioning them on here. There's also you can give it to Saint I always say his name wrong, Saint Expedite, but that's a whole different ritual. If you do things like that and then give them the respect of what they give you back, if you do things like that, but look deep into it first though, don't just dive into it. If you do things like that, especially at Halloween, it gives you a little bit more of a connection with them. So look further into other deities as well as your gods, your goddesses, especially your ones that do give you serious abundance and things. And as long as you're treating them with, and these are serious deities, so you have to be consistent. If you say you're going to do something or give them something, you've got to do it. You've got to give them it. And you've also got to do everything the exact way that you're told to do it. But those type of things, my point, is good to do at Halloween. Right, honouring your ancestors is a very special thing to do at this time and can be done in many simple ways. Think about all those departed souls from your life, both family and friends. Children may also like to remember pets who have passed on. Honour them by placing photos or drawings of them on the altar or by the hearth. Offer them your hospitality. Welcome their presence into your home. At your Samhain feast, consider laying an extra place for them to join you at the table. Cook and eat their favourite dishes. Talk about them. Remember them and bring them closer in your thoughts. That's why I always give crackers and cheese at Halloween, Samhain. It's because my dad, who is my mum's dad, my granddad, always ate crackers and cheese. So I always like to give him a little offering of that. And my dad's dad, when he died, my granny always told us, whenever you're eating roasted cheese, always remember your Papa Doogie. Because every time we used to go into his house in Kelso when we were younger, he would always tell my granny to make us roasted cheese. Always roasted cheese, never nothing else. It would always be, make them roasted cheese. So I don't know why, but every time we went in, we got roasted cheese. So, and I do remember up to this day for it. So I give my Papa Doogie roasted cheese if I've got cheese around and I can afford it at that time. So, and things like that, guys. Or if they used to make you pancakes or something, things like that, just give them it back. Especially if they like coffee or a little dram. Children who are remembering pets may like to leave a bowl of food on the floor for them. Place a drawing or picture next to the bowl. That's amazing, isn't it? Samhain blood moon. I don't know if this is a blood moon though, but the month of October brings us the blood moon. This moon is also called the harvest moon. I think we had it last month, guys. And before, it's always in the falls and just before Samhain, and brings a change in energy that invites us to begin and draw within ourselves, to begin the last months of the coming winter. It is the time for letting go of that which no longer serves you. It is a powerful time for meditations of karma and reincarnations, inner cleansing and inner harmony. Magical workings about justice and balance are particularly relevant during the blood moon. It is also a good time to purify your home, to remove unwanted energies or entities. If you're having bad luck, little accidents, or feeling uneasy in your home, then the chances are good that you need to thoroughly cleanse your house. Well, to be honest with you guys, if you're going to do any ritual or you've done a ritual, always sage before it and then sage after it. It's just what you need to do to make sure that you are getting rid of any energies that has maybe tried to creep in during your ritual, because you can't have eyes everywhere. The chances are your ancestors, your protectors and things will clock it, but they can't always move everything. Let's see what everybody said. I've been ignoring you. Sorry, guys. You know what I'm like. I'm on a rant. We used to have a carved sweet turnip when I was little, a bugger to carve. Yeah, my mum, if she couldn't afford pumpkins, used to try and carve turnips. It was hard. I remember how hard it used to look. That would be a lot harder than doing a pumpkin. It's very hard. I don't remember Samhain when I was in Scotland, just Halloween and Guy Fawkes night, yeah. See, I didn't know it was called Samhain either until I became a witch, It was always just Halloween. And Guy Fawkes still gets... Most towns won't let you have a bonfire now, but they will put on little displays around. Like Lismahago's having their own firework display this year. And usually places like Strathclyde Park, Shatler things will put their own displays on. But when we were all younger, we were allowed to put up a fire, build a bonfire and things, and take wood to it, stand beside it and roast your marshmallows and things, but they don't really allow it anymore. Thank you, Sister Mystical, for putting my Etsy link up. And I am working on other earrings, guys. I know that I have been doing Halloween ones, but I'm also working on things like owls, angel wings, stars, and other things. There's cats and things, but I'll update you on them when they're made. Thank you, Sister Mystical, for that. You remember, put your own link up as well. For people that's in the UK, check me out for my Etsy shop. People that's in the US, please check out Mystical. Yes, iron. It's the Irish that took the tradition to USA, I think, but it's became easy to use pumpkins and it's come back round. Never seen any pumpkins where I was little, now they're everywhere. Do you know, have you ever looked them up on YouTube? Some of the beautiful carvings that people can do. Some of them are beautiful, guys. You need to check it out. Amazing. Yeah, I love fire. I love to watch fire from a distance, but it can be really scary. No problem, Mystical. No problem, sis. So let's do a little bit more about the history, and then I'll see what else I can reduce, and then I'll look up and see if I can find any spooky tales. So remember to do a lot of things before Halloween night as well. Remember that night leading up to it is important. And you can make little cakes and things. They're called soul cakes. 150 grams of butter, 3 egg yolks, 1 table of allspice, 150 grams of caster sugar, a pinch of saffron, 3 tablespoons of currants, 360 or 560, plain flour, sifted, 1 tablespoon of mixed spice, and 2 tablespoons of milk. Crush the saffron in a pestle and mortar and add the milk and grind to combine. So you can make cakes and things, guys. And if you're making cakes or bread or something like Chester Sherry did, aimed at those spirits, then they're going to really appreciate it. And it will empower them for the rest of the year. And they'll really appreciate you. Not that they'll not appreciate you anyway if they do, but it shows them you're dedicated to them and you appreciate them and everything they do for you. Because let's face it, most of the time, even in normal day life, it's your ancestors, your deities, your protectors and your guides that do look after you. I don't know why I put that in a double page. It's not like me. Oh, I know why, because it's a double one. Oh, listen to this, right? Keep firmly in mind that the physical isn't the absolute reality and souls never die. Arrange the altar, light the candle and censer, and cast the circle of stones. Recite a blessing chant. I invoke the goddess and god. Lift one of the pomegranates and wish or any fruit, guys, freshly washed, boiling, pierce the skin of the fruit, remove several seeds and place them on the wheel-marked dish. Raise your wand, face the altar and say, on this night of Samhain, I mark your passing, O Sun King. through the sunset into the land of the young. I also mark the passing of all who have gone before, and all who will go after. O gracious Goddess, eternal Mother, you who gives birth to the fallen, teach me to know that in the time of the greatest darkness there is the greatest light. Taste the pomegranate seeds, burst them with your teeth, and savour their sharp, bittersweet flavour. Look down at the eight-spoked symbol on the plate. It must be part of a ritual that I've not got here. On the plate, Wheel of the Year. Well, it's Wheel of the Year. And, I have got a Wheel of the Year one there, see? It's got all the different, see that photo? It's got all the Wheel of the Year things on it. Look down at the eight-spoked symbol on the plate, Wheel of the Year. The circle of the seasons, the end and the beginning of the creation. Light a fire within the cauldron, a candle is fine. Sit before it, holding the piece of paper, gazing at its flames, and say, Wise one of the waning moon, goddess of the starry night, I create this fire within your cauldron to transform that which is plagued me. May the energies be reversed. From the darkness light, from moan good, from death birth, light the paper in the cauldron's flames and drop inside. As it burns, know that your ill demises, lessens, and finally leaves you, as it is consumed within the universal fires. The cauldron is used as a goddess. If you wish, you may attempt scrying or some other form of divination, for this is the perfect time to look into the past or future. Try to recall past lives, if you will, but leave the dead in peace. Honour them with your memories, but do not call them to you. Release any pain and sense of loss you may feel into the cauldron's flames. Work or magic, if necessary, may follow. Celebrate the simplest feast, the circle is released. And it's telling you to make that cake and then give it to them. See, the thing is, that's Freya's words, and she was saying to let them rest. But there's also people like us guys that communicate with our ancestors and our spirit guides and things that want to talk to us. So the ones that do want to come through will come through. So the ones that want to stay at rest, definitely leave them at rest. Don't try and conjure up your granny or something that you've never heard from before, Only try and communicate with the spirits that have freely communicated with you, if you know what I mean. So let's see if we can look up some of the darker history of Halloween. Hi, Christina Sass. I watched your live stream today. Last night I fell asleep. I'm terrible for it. I always miss the good ones as well, the divination. I love divination. You know that yourself. Next week I'm setting my alarm in case I fall asleep. Right, okay, let's look up some spooky history about Halloween. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Remember, if anybody has got any live streams coming up or anything they want to talk about with each other, definitely share it in the link in the chat. Put the links up, guys, if you want. Hi, Brother Lou. I didn't see you sneak in. Is Brother Lou here? I don't see Brother Lou. Is he in? Oh, good night, Cherry. We'll see you the next time. Blessings to you. Yeah, there's Mystical YouTube channels, guys. That's for anybody watching the replay. Please remember to subscribe to Mystical and our Etsy link as well. I'll try and put that up. I think I put it up on the screen. It is up on the screen somewhere. I can't see Brother Lou. I hope somebody's not hidden from my channel. That's not nice. I don't know if Uncle Danny's coming in or not. I don't think he'll be up to it, guys. That's the truth, because he is just back for that investigation. So he knows to mail me if he wants to come in, and I'll give him the link. Right, let's do some spooky history of Halloween. Halloween itself is rooted in the ancient pagan Celtic festival of Samhain, when folk lit bonfires and likely wore animal skins to confuse the spirits. Thought to be walking the earth that night, people also were thought to have left food and drink outside as an offering to the supernatural beings. What are the creepy origins of Halloween? To see if we can find a story. There we go. Remember, guys, I don't know how accurate these are. These are just what the Good Housekeeping Guide is saying. If you think Halloween is uniquely American tradition, I don't know if this will even be any good. Why do we celebrate Halloween, the dark origins of the holiday? If you think Halloween is uniquely American tradition, grab a mini sneakers and settle in because you've got some learning to do. Dressing up in a creative costume, traipsing around in the gathering dusk to up a creative costume. Sorry. Transpiring around in the gathering dusk to collect the best candy or throwing a monster bash with friends are all time honourable holiday traditions. But Halloween didn't start stateside at all. In fact, the origins of Halloween go back thousands of years to the Celtic celebrations of Samhain, pronounced Samhain, a festival that marked the end of the harvest season and unearthed in the new year. During Samhain, the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead were thought to be especially thin, so people could communicate with their loved ones who had passed. Whether or not you buy into the supernatural, it's still fun to learn a little something about the meaning behind your favourite Halloween traditions before you head out trick or treating. Turns out the holiday has much more interesting and sometimes even spookier backstory than many people realise. Travel back in time with us to that learn what some of the very first celebrations of Halloween looked like, including throwback ghouls and ghosties, what people used to carve in place of pumpkins, and even the elements that Valentine's Day and Halloween have in common. We can guarantee that wasn't a glitter pumpkin or a superhero costume in sight. Just can't get enough Halloween facts? Check out our favourite Halloween trivia too. Okay. Most scholars agree that Halloween originated around 2000 years ago, when Celtic people in Europe celebrated the end of the harvest and the start of the new year in a festival called Samhain. People also believed they could commune with the dead more easily during that time, lighting bonfires to ward off ill-intentioned spirits, according to the American Folk Life Centre. Look at that, guys. Oh, spooky! Spooky! The Celts also believed that the spiritual communication of Samhain made it easier for Celtic priests or druids to predict the future, according to history. To appease the deities, they built bonfires and sacred crops and animals. Villagers also attended the bonfire ceremonies wearing animal heads and skins, which may be where the tradition of Halloween costumes first came in. Nowadays, many of them associate bats with Halloween, and that has historical roots too. The Druids' Samhain bonfires attracting bugs, which in turn tempted bats to a tasty feast. In later years, various folklore emerged, citing bats as harbingers of death or doom. In Nova Scotia mythology, a bat settled in a house means a man in the family will die. If it flies around and tries to escape, a woman in the family will perish instead. The Romans conquered most Celtic territory by 43 AD and brought their culture's fall festivals with them. According to history, a Roman October celebration called Ferilia also commemorated the passing of the dead. Another holiday, Pannonia, honoured the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. That's one reason people often bob for apples during Halloween parties. Fast forward a few centuries, and the festivals that would become Halloween had evolved. Several Christian popes attempted to replace pagan holidays like Samhain with their own religious advances by 1000 AD. All Souls Day on November the 2nd served as a time for the living to pray for their souls of the dead. All Saints' Day or All Hallows honoured the saints on November the 1st. That made October the 31st All Hallows Eve, which later became Halloween. Despite the New Year religious focus, people in the old England and Ireland continued to associate the end of October with the dead wandering among us. They set out gifts of food to satisfy hungry spirits, and as time wore on, people began dressing in creepy costumes to go begging for the treats themselves. The particular was called mummying and looked similar to today's trick or treating. The first Halloween like festivities in America started in the southern colonies. People began to celebrate the harvest, swap ghost stories, and even tell each other's fortunes. Traditions that they probably brought with them from their countries of origin. In the 1700s and 1800s, unmarried women performed rituals on Halloween in hopes of finding a husband. Single ladies used to throw apple peels over their shoulders, hoping to see their future husband's initials in the shapes they made where they fell. They also competitively bobbed for apples at parties, believing the winner would marry first. And in the ritual that sounds downright creepy, some thought standing in a dark room with a candle in front of a mirror would make their future husband's face appear in the glass. Bloody Mary, anyone? So in other words, it's like Bloody Mary, isn't it? The holiday we celebrate as Halloween today really started taking off in the US in the middle of the 19th century, when a wave of Irish immigrants left their country during the potato famine. The newcomers brought their own superstitions and customs, including the jack-o'-lantern. But back then they carved them out of turnips, potatoes, beets instead of pumpkins. By the end of the 1800s, more communities were partaking in a more secular and safer set of rituals. People started holding parties that included harmless Halloween games, false seasonal treats, and fun costumes over witchcraft and mischievous troublemaking. Trick-or-treating skyrocketed in popularity by the 1950s, when Halloween became a true national event. Today, over 179 million Americans celebrate the holiday and spend about $9.1 billion annually in the process. According to the National Retail Federation, that's a lot of miniature candy bars. Well, Halloween is a lot of people's favourite holiday. The day isn't a federal holiday, despite all the festivities that happen in the evening. It's still a working day, and most businesses and banks follow their regular hours. So if you're rushing home to answer your doorbell, you're certainly not the only one. It's quite good, guys. There was a few things in that I hadn't realised. Did you like it? What do you think? Wait till we go back to the comments to see what you're saying. Oh, I can always leave a comment up, don't I? Oh, it's okay, it's Mysticals. Hi, Brother Louis, there, you're there. I thought I couldn't see you. That's okay, Sister Christina. We've all got to eat. That's okay. Oh, you eating noodles? Pasta. What's wrong with him? Has he got a sore throat? Brother Louis, check with your doctor and see if you can take ginger tincture. It helps regulate high blood pressure. Sending you prayers and healing, Brother Louis. You add your own salt to your pasta? Yeah, me too. William actually made a pasta earlier to try it. It was not pasta, that's not true. It was rice. What did he make? Rice, chicken, and corn with sauce, but I went down and added a little bit more spicier spices. I saw a box of 100 little chocolate bars today, didn't have my money. Yeah, Iron, it's so tempting, isn't it? I try and stay away from chocolate and things. I'll need to get the kids something. Actually, whenever Kerry was younger, I always, for Halloween and Easter and things, I always used to get her a video or a DVD when they came out, and maybe a little bit of chocolate or a little sweet or something. And then a couple of years back, people started making up the little boxes and things or little gift things, and I started getting them one of them. And usually there was a cup and things in it. So this year I got Liam one. Mary down the road was making them. I got him a cup. It was a cup, a little cereal bowl and sweets and hot chocolate and things in it. So he's already had his. So I prefer to get them something like that. Sparkle's been a pest. If you use spices, you won't need salt, and if you do use Himalayan salt, don't use iodized salt. Very good advice, sister. I can't do salt, it blows me up and I'm all bloated and I can only get my tomato sauce even at Aldi's because it's $2.30 only of salt. That's funny, Christina, we have Aldi's here as well. And maybe that's what bloats me up is salt. I'm still trying to figure out what bloats me up, guys. Whether it be bread, cheese, I don't know. It's okay, that candle's still burning good. I never heard out of candy. Candy, just buy a box of chocolate bars and turn on the lights. Usually I take Zach and things around, as you know, usually, and I'll leave a couple of bits of chocolate in a bowl for William to dish out to the kids that come to the door. Do you want to know what he does? He usually just gives them all a handful. I'm like, well, you have to give them one thing each. There's too many kids to give them handfuls these days. It would be great to give them a big handful of hundreds of chocolate bars and things, but ideally you've got to give them like a little chocolate bar, maybe a lolly, a little packet of fruit sweets or something, because there's just too many kids. This year I'm going to make up little bags again. I did that last year, and then you just give them all a little bag. It's the easiest way. Or the first person that comes, William will put the full thing in the bag. I did the pencils and erasers one year, but it's so much work to wrap them all up. I just throw candy in the bin out in the front and they can take. It's the best way to do it, Christina, isn't it? There's just too many. Get some little bags and some mixtures of sweets and things and throw them in. That's what I'll be doing. Look at the colour of my arm, guys. That must be off that table. Oh, it is. It's off the incense. It's okay because I'll clean all the table before Halloween. Get a handful. We get loads. We're right in the middle of the scheme, so we get loads. I put together a package with a can of pop and a big chocolate bar for the kids I like round here. I live in a bad area, only open the door for the police. Well, that comes here. That's the best way to do it, Sister Iron, honestly. We've got certain kids, they all go about in little, with their mums and dads up here. Most of them are not allowed to go out themselves. Some of the older ones, about Liam's age, maybe a little bit younger, go out themselves, but not much younger than that, to be honest. Right, okay, I'm going to end the live on Facebook, guys. Give me a second. Thank you, everybody that came on Facebook. I hope you have enjoyed the live stream, and I will see you all soon. Bye. I think it may be stuck over there, guys, at 55 minutes. Yeah, I think it must have. I don't know why it's done that on Facebook. That's the way. Thank you, everybody that watches back on Facebook. Remember, have a great Halloween. Remember, have a blessed Samhain and share out the video. Thank you. And watch out on YouTube because I will be live on Halloween's Eve and probably Halloween night. Bye. I think that's the Facebook one. And guys. Yes. Well, do you remember last year and the year before I took these down the scheme behind the school where they have the kids actually get invited into the house. It's they go in one door and out the other, and it's a kind of spooky experience. And in the window, remember, they've got the witch as if she's doing her cauldron. It's funny. I'll probably film it this year again for you if it's there. I'm like a big kid. And I try and be a witch as well. Depends if I can get out the house without Liam seeing me as a witch. Most have moved away, but there's 4. That's it. You try and give to the kids, you know, that know what it's all about, and they're not just wanting the sweets. And then the ones you think that just want the sweets, give them a little sweet, and that's it. We got a lot here too, but they're too early sometimes. It's not even home. At night, you only get the older ones, like you have to be here. Yeah, usually find that here the kids go out far too early. If they go out far too early, they just don't get because people don't answer their door. They're usually making dinner or something. Hi, PPR. Come back, brother. I'm looking forward to Halloween. I think it'll be good, especially when we're honouring Mike the night before, and then the night of Halloween. I think Sister Sherry will be live a few times. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try and be at a spooky location for it getting dark. I'll take Zach and things out after dark, of course, because the kids prefer it to be dark. But I'm trying to get to a space around here for it being dark, and then I'll come home, pick Zach up on the way up the road. So hopefully you'll see a live stream, guys, as it hits the darkness in Scotland on Halloween. But it won't be Birkwood, I don't think, because I've got a funny feeling that the older kids will be up there, you know. You hear Sparkle? Most of the houses here in the compound are market rent now and don't have kids in them. Most likely 3 works and guys share a place. Yeah, it could be. Yep. There's a lot of it going around, isn't it? Yeah, they do. They definitely start here as soon as it gets dark as well, sis. Yep. The time about 1:45. Right, okay, guys, I don't think Uncle Daniel is joining us tonight, and I can't blame him. He is obviously tired after his investigation. I was watching Shelley's videos earlier on, which is Thunder Bay Paranormal. Remember, go check her out as well, guys. She's got a great channel. We're trying to get her above 1,000 as well. She does amazing locations. She's even doing home investigations now, and she does do great places. And she's a witch as well. I think she's actually got her own witch's shop. She just doesn't do YouTube lives. That's the only thing. She doesn't like coming on lives. But definitely check her out, guys. I'm going to put a link on my community wall for the video where it goes up that Uncle Danny and her were doing tonight. And I do believe I shared a video belonging to her earlier. So please give her the subscribe, guys, and show her some love. You're going to Stonehenge soon? Brilliant, PPR. You'll need to share the link on. See, notifications are terrible. Please tag me in. Anybody tag me in your videos, and I've got a better chance of watching if you tag me in them. Or even pop them on the Facebook group. Drew's Paranormal Vlog, and I'll see them. Anybody's welcome to stream through there, guys. I have got almost 1,000 followers on my Drew's Paranormal Vlog page on Facebook. You're welcome to stream on it if you want. I'm trying to go live every day in October, or put out something at least in October. I am sorry to all the members, guys, that I haven't been able to put out extra footage there. I'm just too busy right now, as you know. I'm trying to make jewellery. I've also got a couple of little other wee things that is going on that I'm trying to make for my witchy shop. I have shared it with a few of you. So I'm really busy right now. I'm penny pinching like crazy trying to get my dreams up and moving. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes that I'm working on. So please just keep sharing those links for me to the YouTube channel and to my, not even so much my Etsy shop, guys. Even if you just share out that the post, the advert that I made, see the advert that I made with all my stuff on it. Even if you just share that out, and things like Mystical does, where she shares my link. So, and I do thank you all for all your help. You're all amazing. I'm surprised that I even got above that 1,000. That's why I want to get everybody else above it, because if I can do it, you guys can do it. And I do think you all deserve it. Especially our poor Christina. She's above 1,000. She's got more than any of us. And she still can't get monetized, guys. So please keep watching her channel. I've seen me even just sit and watch Mystical's channel over and over again, and I'll put it on the tablet. It all counts, I promise you. Every view counts. Right, okay, guys, I'm going to let you all go for now. Oh, Brother Lou, what you said? It's okay, Sister Drew. At least you put some content. It seems to be lagging on my content. That's okay. That's a good thing about StreamYard, guys. It will settle out the live stream. So everybody take care, and I will see you all in the next one. I do believe it'll be tomorrow night. It'll be live somewhere. So all safe. Everybody keep safe, and I'll catch you all soon, okay? And remember, Sister Sherry's on her holidays. So keep watching out for Sister Sherry going live at random times, because I do believe she's going to try and share a lot of it with us. So thank you all for coming. I'm going to put out the disclaimer before we go. Bye, guys.